a bunch of viewers suggested we take a look at this thing called the JimTab M18. And this is one of the many generic kinds of projectors you might see online. Here's a sampling of some of the other ones out there. And these are not very expensive, and you'll see these things all over the place whenever you look for a projector. And this one in particular is really hyping the brightness of it. In fact, they're claiming here that it does 6,000 Ansi lumens. Now, 6,000 lumens is a very bold claim. In fact, most projectors that you're spending $2,000 or $3,000 on don't claim to be that bright. And I had to pick it up just to test it to see if it was anywhere near that level of brightness. And to really put it through its paces, I compared it to this Acer projector that I had used for presentations over the years. I bought this a decade ago. It's still on its original bulb. And this thing is a 720p projector that is rated at 2,500 Ansi lumens. So clearly, if the JimTab here was brighter, we would see that when we put them side by side. So I did just that on a live stream the other day. On the right-hand side is the image from the Acer projector. On the left-hand side is the JimTab. And as you can see, the Acer is much brighter. The image is not nearly as cold in its white balance as the JimTab is. I even tried to make some adjustments on it. Everything is better on the decade-old projector and brighter versus this JimTab thing that you'll find on Amazon claiming all of these wild claims about its brightness. And I was trying to figure out where would they even get that number from. So I bought one of these light meters to see if we could figure out where they're getting the claim. And what I think they did is they put the light meter right up to the lens on it. And that's where you can maybe get into the range of 6,000 lumens. But that's not how you're supposed to measure things. Now, beyond the deceptive brightness claims, I found that it doesn't deliver a very nice quality image either. You saw how bad the color temperature was on its lamp a second ago. It's also very hard to get the image into focus. So you do have a manual focus dial here on the top. And although you can get a good chunk of the image dialed in and sharp, the edges typically are very blurry no matter what you do. There is a manual Keystone adjustment. So if you have the projector kind of propped up at an angle here with some books underneath it or something, they also have a little leg that can kind of go down here too. You can adjust the Keystone to flatten out the image, but it doesn't work very well, and I could not get a uniformly flat image out of this thing either. So all in, just not very good. It's one of those things where you get what you pay for, and the fan is pretty noisy on it too. So, you know, if you're looking for something cheap to project something onto a wall, it's going to work fine, but you always get what you pay for. So what do I recommend? Well, I would say, first of all, avoid the temptation of these cheap projectors. These things are all over the place. They're a dime a dozen, and the quality is just poor on these. And for a little more money, you can get into a name brand projector like an Epson that is not going to blow your socks off with its image quality, but it's going to be a lot better and a lot brighter than what you'll get out of one of these cheap things that may not last all that long. So buyer beware, as always, and look at the name brands. Epson and BenQ have some good ones at the lower end of the spectrum, and some other manufacturers who've been making projectors for a long time do as well. And that's where I would really focus your attention on. This stuff is only going to lead you to disappointment and perhaps even a failed movie night, and nobody wants that.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Chris Allegretta, Tom Albrecht, Mark Bollinger, Sergio Morales, Mark Dell, Jim Gallagher, and Stephen Sue. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/S.